You are watching The Adventures of Daphne and Her Gal Pals, starring Riri and Taylor. The Gal Pals. This week's episode, Counting My Blessings. Today, Taylor was playing with her dog, and Riri wanted her help. Riri had gathered together all of her belongings so that she could move into her new bedroom. Now that the paint had dried for a couple of days, it was really time to move in. Taylor told Riri that she would help her in a little while. But Riri wanted her help now. Taylor was training her dog to do new tricks, and she just wanted to spend some time hanging out with her pet. So Riri decided that if she harassed her, maybe she would move a little quicker. Taylor paid her no mind and continued to play with the new pet that Riri had given her. She still had not come up with a name for it yet. She was thinking about the name Mutt, like the dog Mutt and Jeff back in the day. Riri really wasn't interested in hearing about the new pet. All she wanted was Taylor's help. Riri pointed out that Taylor still had blue paint in her hair. And they talked about going to the beautician maybe over the weekend. So Riri was like, "Come on, Taylor, help me now." The more Taylor ignored her, the harder Riri tried. She shoved her, just a little light touch on the shoulder just to give her some encouragement to help her. And that didn't seem to work. So she pointed out some more blue paint that she saw in Taylor's hair. And she asked Taylor to look in hers to see if she had any paint. So Riri got down onto the floor and Taylor looked through her hair. She informed Riri that yes, she did have blue paint in her hair too. The dog approached Riri and started sniffing around her. So she decided to give it a little attention. He was such a friendly pooch. It was a shame that Taylor had not come up with a name yet. So Riri played with it just a little while longer, hoping that Taylor would soon be getting up and helping her. Taylor started motioning for the dog over Riri's head. Finally, she got down to where Riri was, and they both started playing with the dog. Taylor told Riri that she had decided to name the dog Mutt. Riri said it was a cute name, so they both agreed Mutt it would be. They played with the dog just a little while longer. And retreated back to the sofa to discuss the color of the room. The girls had picked up paint swatches or paint samples for that room, and they were thinking about a couple different colors. Taylor talked about the silver gray. And Riri thought it should be more to match the sofa. Taylor pointed out that if they got the neutral color, then they would be able to change the sofa pillows, and then it could match a variety of things. Riri agreed with her. She wasn't up to arguing. So she gave in, thinking that it would be soon that Taylor would be up to helping her with her room. Just a little more prodding than was all that Taylor needed. "Come on, Taylor," Riri said. "It's time. I want to do it now." Okay, Taylor said. "Let's do it, Riri. Let's do it now." So off the two went into Riri's new room. The walls looked gorgeous. They had really done a great job painting. First, they had to decide where they were going to put Riri's bed. The girls pulled the pieces of the bed into the room. The headboard, the footboard, and the frame. So they tried the headboard in a couple different places. And they finally decided to put it against the far wall. The girls got busy bringing in the pieces and sliding them in place. Once they had put all the pieces together, of course, Riri had to try it out. It was a nice sturdy frame. She liked that. Taylor urged Riri to get up so they could finish this job. Taylor pushed the bed a little further over, and Riri was, of course, still sitting on the bed. Riri thanked Taylor for the ride she gave her. Now it was time to put that mattress in. Riri had gotten a nice new pillow top mattress. And she was excited to see if it was going to be comfortable tonight. Satin sheets. She had always wanted to sleep on satin sheets. A nice mattress, a full-size mattress, and not that futon on the floor. This was such a blessing, and Riri was just so thankful. So the girls continued to get the mattress situated on the bed. They finally got it in place on the frame, and it was then time to put on the sheets. Riri gathered the satin sheets out of the basket. The gal pals got the sheets out of the bag, and it was time to start with the bottom sheet. It was a fitted sheet, and the two worked together until they got it onto the mattress. The bottom fitted sheet fit perfectly. What a great feel the satin sheets were against their skin. The girls smoothed the sheets down with their hands. While Taylor finished putting on the top sheet, Riri went to get the pillows out of the basket. and then they helped each other put the pillow into the pillowcase. Riri handed Taylor the older pillow first. They got the pillow in, the first one. Riri told Taylor how glad she was that she had bought the extra pillow. Now that she had a bigger bed, she needed more pillows. And Riri looked around. Everything in her new room matched. I can't wait to get in this bed this evening. Taylor, can you believe how soft and how pretty everything looks? The gal pals got both of the pillows into the pillowcases. Look, Taylor, everything matches, said Riri. Taylor tidied the top of the bed just a little, smoothed down the sheets. And Riri had gone back to the basket to get her comforter. The comforter had inspired the color of the bedroom, the gingham blue. Taylor told Riri how much she liked her choice. Wow, is this comforter beautiful? Look at the sparkles. Are those gemstones? No, they're just sparkles, Riri answered. But this is so beautiful. Did it have matching shams with it? Yes, but the store was out of them, so I had to put in a special order. And also, Taylor, they had some little throw pillows that would match at that same store. Just give me a couple weeks. You won't recognize this room. It's gonna be gorgeous. Taylor told Riri, girl, it already is. So Taylor asked Riri, girl, are you gonna lay down on it and see what it feels like or what? So Riri hopped onto the bed and she said, Taylor, oh girl, you wouldn't believe how good this feels. And Riri told Taylor how thankful she was that she had helped her do all that she had done. So Taylor went and got the ladder. She told Riri, "Come on, get up. Let's put these curtains up. If we get the curtains up, then you're on your own." "Okay, okay, Taylor," Riri said. I'm coming. So she got off her comfortable new bed. The girls put up the rod first. Riri had gotten pinch-pleated drapes. Taylor told Riri, "Stop daydreaming. Come on, help me. Let's get this finished." So Riri finally handed her one of the panels. Taylor was glad that the panel already had the hooks in it, so all she had to do was just hang them up. Riri stepped back so that she could get the full effect. Oh my, just look how blessed I am. Riri was becoming a little overwhelmed. She handed Taylor the second panel, and Riri ran and got the last two pieces for her room. Riri took a quick shower and headed off to bed. She was overwhelmed with emotion. All she could think about was the many blessings that God had given her that day. The blessings of a good friend. She looked around her room as she laid in her bed. Her own room. And on top of it, it was pretty and comfortable too. She laid there thinking about the song, "Count your many blessings and name them one by one." I want to thank you for tuning in to watch The Adventures of Daphne and her gal pals. Starring Riri and Taylor. The Gal Pals. To watch other episodes of The Adventures of Daphne and her Gal Pals, go to YouTube at NCTV45 and look under Children's Programming, and you'll find other episodes. Be sure to tune in next week for a new episode of The Adventures of Daphne and her Gal Pals.